Imagine this. You sit down on your couch after a long day. You turn on your television. A breathtaking movie begins to play. The visuals are stunning. The characters feel alive. The dialogue feels natural. The soundtrack perfectly matches every emotion. The world on screen feels so detailed that it seems almost real. Or perhaps you launch a video game. A massive open world stretches before you. Every city is unique. Every character has a story. Every conversation feels different. The world reacts to your choices. It feels alive. It feels intelligent. It feels as though thousands of artists, writers, musicians, and developers spent years crafting every detail. But then imagine learning something surprising. Much of what you were seeing was created with the help of artificial intelligence. Not just the visual effects, not just the background music, not just the animations, but entire environments, character designs, dialogue ideas, story concepts, and even gameplay experiences. At first, this sounds like science fiction. After all, movies and video games have always been considered some of the most creative forms of human expression. They are built on imagination, emotion, storytelling, art, music, and innovation. For generations, people believed creativity was something uniquely human. A machine could perform calculations, store information, process data. But create art? Write stories? Design fictional worlds? Invent characters that audiences care about? That seemed impossible. Yet today, artificial intelligence is becoming one of the most powerful tools ever introduced into the entertainment industry. Not because it replaces human creativity, but because it expands what creators are capable of achieving. To understand how AI helps create movies and games, we first need to understand how incredibly complex these industries have become. Because most people only see the finished product. They watch the movie, they play the game, they enjoy the experience. But behind every blockbuster film and every major game lies an enormous amount of work. Thousands of decisions, thousands of hours, and often thousands of people. A modern blockbuster movie can take years to complete. A large video game may require 5, 7, or even 10 years of development. Some projects involve teams larger than entire companies. Writers, artists, animators, programmers, designers, editors, musicians, voice actors, visual effects specialists, and countless others. Creating entertainment is one of the most complex collaborative processes humans have ever developed. And whenever complexity reaches that level, AI can often help. Let's begin with filmmaking. Every movie starts with an idea, a simple concept, a story, a question, a character, a world. But turning an idea into a complete screenplay can be a long and difficult process. Writers often spend months developing plots, building characters, creating dialogue, and solving storytelling problems. This is where AI can become a valuable creative assistant. Modern AI systems can help generate story ideas, suggest plot twists, create character profiles, develop backstories, and even draft dialogue. Imagine a writer facing a creative block. The story isn't moving forward. The next scene feels impossible to write. Instead of staring at a blank page for hours, the writer can use AI to explore possibilities. The AI might suggest alternative directions, unexpected conflicts, new character motivations, or entirely different approaches to the scene. The writer remains in control, but now they have a powerful brainstorming partner available at any moment. One that never gets tired, never runs out of ideas, and can instantly generate countless possibilities. After a screenplay is completed, filmmakers move into pre-production. This stage involves planning how the movie will look, what locations will be used, how scenes will be framed, what visual style will define the film. Traditionally, artists create concept art and storyboards manually. This process can take weeks or months. Today, AI image generation tools can create visual concepts within seconds. A director can type, "a futuristic city at sunset with flying vehicles and glowing skyscrapers." Almost immediately, the AI generates multiple visual interpretations.
These images can inspire artists, help directors communicate ideas, and accelerate the creative process. The goal is not to replace concept artists. Rather, it allows them to begin with ideas already visualized, giving them more time to refine and improve the final designs. Then comes one of the most expensive aspects of modern filmmaking: visual effects, or VFX. Think about the biggest movies in the world: science fiction films, fantasy adventures, superhero blockbusters. Many of the worlds seen on screen do not exist in reality. Alien planets, ancient civilizations, massive creatures, exploding galaxies, entire digital cities. Creating these visuals requires enormous effort. Artists often spend months working on individual scenes. AI is helping accelerate many of these tasks. It can automatically remove unwanted objects from footage, improve image quality, assist with animation, generate realistic backgrounds, and help create digital environments much faster than traditional methods alone.
Some AI systems can even analyze footage and predict motion, helping animators create smoother and more realistic movement. One particularly fascinating application is digital de-aging. For decades, filmmakers relied on makeup to make actors appear younger or older. Today, AI can analyze thousands of images of an actor from different stages of life, then generate realistic younger versions of that person. In some cases, the results are so convincing that audiences barely notice the effect. AI is also transforming voice technology. Imagine producing a movie in multiple languages. Traditionally, dubbing requires voice actors recording every line separately. Now, AI can help synchronize speech patterns, adapt dialogue, and even recreate voices while preserving emotional tone. This makes international distribution faster and more efficient. Music is another area experiencing major changes. Film scores play a critical role in storytelling. Music creates tension, suspense, joy, sadness, excitement. Without music, many scenes would feel completely different. AI can now help composers generate musical ideas, suggest harmonies, create orchestral arrangements, and explore countless variations of a theme. A composer might use AI to generate dozens of possible melodies in minutes, then select the best ideas and develop them further. The AI becomes a creative tool, not a replacement. But filmmaking is only half of the story. The gaming industry may be experiencing an even larger transformation. Because video games face a unique challenge. They require enormous amounts of content. Consider an open-world game. There are cities, forests, mountains, roads, buildings, characters, items, quests, dialogue, animations, and countless interactive systems. Every detail must be designed, built, tested, and maintained. The larger the game becomes, the more resources it requires. This is where AI becomes incredibly valuable. One of the most important applications is procedural generation. Procedural generation allows computers to create content automatically. Rather than manually designing every mountain, cave, or village, developers can create systems that generate them dynamically.
This means game worlds can become far larger than what humans could realistically build by hand. Some games already use procedural generation to create entire planets, entire galaxies, or nearly endless landscapes. Each player experiences something slightly different. Each world feels unique, and the possibilities become almost limitless. Another fascinating development involves non-player characters, or NPCs. For decades, NPCs followed simple scripts. They repeated the same lines, performed the same actions, and reacted in predictable ways. But AI is beginning to change that. Future NPCs may be capable of holding natural conversations, remembering previous interactions, developing relationships with players, and adapting their behavior over time. Imagine entering a virtual city where every resident feels like a real individual, not because thousands of writers created every conversation manually, but because AI generates unique interactions dynamically. Such worlds would feel dramatically more immersive than anything currently available. AI is also helping developers test games. Game testing is one of the most time-consuming parts of development. Teams must identify bugs, broken mechanics, balance issues, and unexpected player behavior. AI can simulate thousands of players simultaneously, exploring different scenarios, finding problems, and identifying issues long before a game reaches consumers. This reduces costs, improves quality, and helps developers create better experiences. Character animation is another area benefiting from AI. Traditional animation often requires artists to manually create thousands of movements: walking, running, jumping, fighting, interacting with objects. AI can analyze real human motion and generate realistic animations automatically. This allows developers to create more lifelike characters in less time. The same applies to voice acting. AI-generated voices are becoming increasingly realistic. Developers can rapidly prototype dialogue, experiment with different character personalities, and create temporary performances during development. Of course, professional actors remain essential for many productions. But AI provides new creative possibilities. Perhaps the most exciting possibility is personalized entertainment. Imagine a game that adapts its story specifically to you, not millions of players. You. The AI learns your decisions, your preferences, your playstyle, your favorite types of challenges, and gradually creates experiences tailored specifically to your interests. No two players would experience exactly the same story. No two adventures would be identical. Movies could evolve in similar ways. Imagine interactive films that adjust based on audience reactions, characters that develop differently depending on viewer choices, stories that adapt in real time. The line between games and movies could become increasingly blurred. But as AI becomes more powerful, important questions emerge. Who owns AI-generated content? Who deserves credit for a story partially created by AI? Should AI-generated voices be allowed to imitate real actors? How should artists be compensated if their work was used to train AI systems? These questions remain the subject of intense debate, because technology is evolving faster than laws and regulations can adapt. Yet, despite these concerns, one thing remains clear: AI is not eliminating human creativity. If anything, it is expanding it. Throughout history, new tools have always changed how art is created. The camera transformed photography. Computers transformed animation. Digital software transformed music production. And now, AI is becoming the next major creative tool. The most successful creators of the future may not be those who compete against AI. They may be those who learn how to work alongside it, combining human imagination with machine capabilities, human emotion with computational power, human storytelling with intelligent assistance. Because ultimately, audiences do not connect with algorithms. They connect with stories, characters, emotions, experiences, and meaning. AI can help build those experiences, but the desire to tell stories remains deeply human. The dreams, the fears, the hopes, the struggles, the emotions that make stories powerful still come from people. And perhaps that is what makes this technological revolution so fascinating. The future of entertainment may not be a future where machines replace creators. It may be a future where creators gain tools more powerful than any generation before them.
tools capable of helping them build larger worlds, tell richer stories, create deeper experiences, and bring imagination to life in ways that once seemed impossible. Because in the end, AI is not changing why we create movies and games. It is changing how we create them. And the story of that transformation is only just beginning.